welcome back to Akshata's Recipes. Thank you so much for joining me. Well, today I'm going to be sharing a recipe for your Christmas tray, which is not a sweet item but a savory item, something to just give a different taste on your Christmas tray. So today's recipe is going to be spicy cheese straws, which is super simple to make and simply delicious to eat. You're going to love it and want to make it all the time. So I hope you like today's video, and if you do, then don't forget to leave it a big thumbs up by clicking the thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe. And once you have subscribed, just click the bell. That way whenever I put up a video, you'll get a message for the same. So let's jump ahead straight into the recipe, guys. So let's see the recipe. Now here I'm taking my 200 grams of maida all-purpose flour, adding 125 grams of cold butter, and we're going to crumble the butter and mix it very well with the flour till it resembles breadcrumbs. Now this step is extremely important to get that lovely, flaky and crunchy and really delicious cheese straws. So don't skip on this step. Just crumble them up with your fingertips. Now we're just going to add one entire egg, which I've just beaten, and then we're going to add all of the cheese. We're going to mix up all of the cheese very well, and now we're going to add our pepper powder, red chili flakes, garlic powder, the baking powder, the garlic bread seasoning, mustard sauce, and we're going to mix everything well. Now this dough really comes together really well and quite quickly, and you get a very nice and soft and firm workable dough. So just knead it. Use a nice flat surface like this, and you can work with it better. Now we're going to add the chili powder and the garlic bread seasoning. You can also use Italian seasoning, but this garlic bread seasoning is easily available and it really has a very delicious flavor. So just knead the dough very well for about at least 2 to 3 minutes. That's also very important for this recipe. And then just keep it wrapped in a cling foil, or just in a just cover it and keep it in your refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Now after 30 minutes, preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, and then just lightly dust your surface with some all-purpose flour. And then we're just going to take our dough, which has rested well for about 30 minutes, just flatten it up in this fashion, and then with your rolling pin, just gently roll it out to at least half an inch of thickness. Now this dough is so easy to work with because of all of the resting period and the kneading, etc. It just is very easy to work with. You'll see when you start rolling it out. And then we want to just take a knife or a pizza cutter, and we're just going to cut the edges off so that we get a kind of a square shape, because we're going to cut strips. So this makes it easier. Do retain this dough because we're going to again reuse it to make the remaining cheese straws, so nothing goes to waste. Then just gently just roll it again, and then just mark about 1 inch of just mark them, because it becomes easier for you to cut that way. And then just cut long strips like this, With a pizza cutter, it really works very well. You can also use a sharp knife. And now I don't want very long cheese straw, so I am cutting it right in the center. Now I've also lined my baking tray with some parchment paper or butter paper, and just lift them up gently and then just twirl them in this fashion with both ends together. Just practice, you'll get the hang of it. It comes really very, very easily. Just lift them up and then at both ends just twirl them. They look so pretty. And like I said, the dough is so easy to work with that, you know, you'll be easily able to give this twirl. So you can keep it at full length if you like, or, you know, keep it at this length. And just keep some space between any two cheese straws, because they do fluff up a bit. And friends, let me tell you, once I put this in the oven, my entire home had such a beautiful aroma of, you know, the baking, the cheese straws, that it was just, we were just waiting to dig in. So now we're going to bake this at 180 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes. So just keep an eye on it, because every oven is different. And after 30 minutes, you'll see that the cheese straws have baked so well. Let them just come down to room temperature, because before you lift them up from the tray, because then they might just crumble and break. So let them just completely cool down. And then they're really, you know, you can just pick them up, and I've just taken one for tasting, and it tastes so good. I mean, you can actually see how well it has baked. And they're so crispy and really, really delicious. Now this is going to be so nice on your Christmas tree, because our Christmas tree is generally full of all sweet things. So this is just going to add a different flavor. And since it's spicy, so definitely your friends and family are going to love it. And it's so easy to prepare. What you can do is just, keep all of these cheese straws ready. And, when you're ready to serve them, just bake them in the oven, so that, like before you're ready to serve them, just bake them and let them come to room temperature, and then serve them, to your guests or your family. Now you can store them also, but store them in a glass container. That way they have a longer shelf life. So this is good for an evening snack, or just to have with a cup of tea or coffee. So I hope you liked today's recipe, friends, and I hope you'll give it a try. Do let me know in the comments box how you liked this recipe. Now, I will leave a list of all the Christmas sweets that I've made this year and for the past 2 Christmases. I'll leave the link of each of them in my description box as well as comments box. So if you want to go and see any of my recipes, just click on the link, and it will take you to my recipe, and you can see them. All of my recipes are really simple and easy to follow. And thank you so much for all the lovely response that I got on all the Christmas recipes. Go and check out Akshata's recipes. I have more than 400 recipes at the moment, and you can check the playlist, because there I've segregated everything according to the type of recipe, like